And Manning rolls out of the pocket, throws across.
Boom, boy. Week 1 of college football. It's not officially over because today's Monday. You got Bill Belichick's debut, but you get the point. The big boy quarterbacks that we've been following this season, we're going to continue following this season, have played their games. Now, I am a delusional Texas fan, so I think Arch Manning's just going to be all right, but he is slipping and sliding down, and he was on the outsides looking in, obviously, because people didn't know if he was going to come in the draft. I think yesterday confirms he's not coming out in the draft this year in 2026. So, number 1, Mr. LaNorris Sellers, you know what I'm saying? He was looking like a big dog. Now, he did make some mistakes and do some things, but this is more so like these rankings are like how I think NFL teams are looking at it. And right now, LaNorris Sellers, just a big body. Anthony Richardson, except he's actually played games and completed passes before. I think people are going to be chomping at the bit to get another LaNorris Sellers. He's just big. He's bad. He's unsackable. Because a lot of people probably think number 2, Garrett Nussmeier, the Bayou Slinger, the Gumbo Slinger. I forgot what his name was. But I think a lot of people might think that he's number 1 in quarterbacks, but I think he's number 2 the way teams are going to look at him, right? Obviously, he's a pocket passer. He's delivering. He was delivering against Clemson. He did some big stuff. And then you got Drew Aller, somebody that I talked about. Oh, my God, I forgot about somebody. Kade Clubnik. He's going to be in at 5. I was like, I'm missing somebody. I know he went over Kade Clubnik. I'm missing him. But yeah, Drew Aller. Again, he didn't get in much trouble. He threw a pretty ball. We're going to go over that as well. Super Saiyan. Again, only reason why he's 4 is because, we don't know if he's going to come out. Look, he played a good game. Like, I think it needs to be stressed that him and Carnell Tate, that connection was great. If Jeremiah Smith doesn't drop like 8 passes, I think Saiyan even has a better day, and they dominate us a little more. But I do want to point out, Ohio State only passed the 50-yard line twice. That first touchdown was flags. All right, I'll stop making excuses. Because again, and so I want to be point out, Saiyan is not number 4 because he's bad. It's just because, hey, these guys have more attention. Saiyan is like, oh, okay. People, NFL teams just say, oh, he can play. Now he's on the map. People are going to start paying attention to him. Somebody with too much hype, mid-Manning. Yeah, you're going to be at number 5. And believe it or not, Kade Clubnik somehow performed worse, had a worse QBR than mid-Manning. And then a newcomer, Mr. Byron Brown at a USF. He is super electric. So we're going to go over him, little tape, little film, learn about him. And he's going to be, I'm not sure if added to the list, but at least added to who we need to look at. So I like the way that this dude, Mr. James Foster, put it up, right? Garrett Nussmeier doing big things. Obviously, these are defensive linemen. So that's the only one that he has going up. New quarterback, Byron Brown, Colton Hood formerly from Colorado. Caden Proctor not looking great. Kade Clubnik from Clemson not looking great. And obviously, Kade Clubnik is my 6 right here. We're going to show you what that looked like. Oh, yeah. And then obviously, Arch Manning struggled and Nico struggled. We might do a separate Nico video. Obviously, he's had the whole, NIL transfer Tennessee thing. And then Joey Aguilar comes in and it really balls out. Now, this is what the Heisman Award odds look like. I do want to point out John Mateer did what he needed to do at Oklahoma. And as a Texas fan, I don't like that. But Garrett Nussmeier, keeping it big, slinging it around town. Carson Beck at number 3. He had a decent game. Some iffy balls, but I really think he was super comfortable. Maybe if Carson Beck has another big day, we might need to take somebody off the list and add Carson Beck, but we'll see how we get. Maybe John Mateer has to be added on the list. We will see. Arch Manning might be kicked off that list, and he is still number 1, 2, 3, 4, 4th in the Heisman odd. Or sorry, not 4th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th. Golly, he kicked down, huh? He got put back in place. Gunnar Stockton, I believe he was rising to 1,700. Sam Levitt, Arizona State. Drew Aller, 1,900. So that's what the Heisman picture looks like. Just wanted to be remembered. Hey, you know what I'm saying? This is what Field Yates, August 20th. Just what, 10, 12 days ago, everything was all right. Arch Manning was the number 1 pick, and the Browns were picking him up. And I do want to point out that the Browns were, because some people might be like, well, what does the title say? Shedeur or Browns getting replaced? Because if you don't think that these two motherfuckers was looking for a replacement, they might have saw Julian saying and be like, hey, Ohio State guy. But don't worry, I'm probably just going to take Caleb Downs because he's the best player in all of football. So let's get to it. Let's talk about some goods and some bads. Starting with some good here. Obviously, hey, Cleveland Browns, this is your guy. Your guys are saying that LaNorris Sellers is going to be a problem. They say he's going to be a Brown. So let's pop in here, and we don't got to see too much of this, right? We ain't got to see too much, but what you will see is a grown man at 6'3", power through other grown men. Go ahead and play it real quick. I don't want to do too much. Yeah, man. Bulldozing people, dog. Obviously, I can't show too much. You know why I can't show too much. You feel me? And look at the unit, man. He just turned 20. I believe he is in fact draft eligible. He's going to be a junior coming out this year. I think people are going to be chomping at the bit. LaNorris Sellers moved from 1,500 to plus 900, by the way. So that was his jump. Wait, where is he at? I don't even see him. I think he's up top on this list. And then another thing that you got to like about LaNorris Sellers, he's a guy. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing to be a guy on the field, but also, you know what I'm saying, Frank Beamer, the legend, he gets a ball. Oh, whoa, what's going on? Shakes the hand, gives respect, gotta do it. Obviously, Beamer ball runs through South Carolina right now. Now, LaNorris Sellers had him a bit of a day. 209 yards, 1 passing touchdown, 1 rushing touchdown. Now, there was some nastiness in there. There was some, hey, this is your first game against supposed to be decent defense of Virginia Tech. They kind of rolled over for a second there. But again, think about Anthony Richardson. Did Anthony Richardson have to win a bunch of games to get drafted high? No, he just had to have a bunch of highlights, and that's all you really need. Now, somebody, before we get into shitting on Arch Manning and Kade Clubnik and boosting up Garrett Nussmeier, somebody who also is big, large and big and large and huge is Mr. Byron Brown out of USF. Now, watch out, because I want y'all to remember, I'm not sure how long y'all been watching draft process and stuff like this, but those small school quarterbacks will sneak up on you out of nowhere. Shout out Trey Lance, Carson Wentz, shout out to those guys. Shout out Josh Allen. They gonna sneak up on you. Now, it's harder to sneak up because of those players these days, because now after 1 week, we already know what Byron Brown is doing. Now, he's a super big bad dog. Now, this is what he sees, right? He's a guy that can feel this pressure, get movement, and keeps his eyes open to make something phenomenal happen. Now, I think that this wasn't there was a call where he literally trucked 17 people. It was called back. It looked like a quake. But this one, you see him run. He's smooth with the running. He's quick. And I think the thing is his trigger is quick too. It's not like he doesn't really think about it when he's running. All right, let's tuck it and let's get up out of there. And then I think this is what really gets you going. Watch this. Hey, I can just run to the touchdown, right? I could just walk into this touchdown. I'm faster than this dude. Look at his legs. I want you to look at his legs. What do his legs do? Oh, you want something? Boom! Boy, I want to look at his eyes too. Yeah, man, this dude's a demon. This demon's a real problem. This dude has real issues. Again, out of Raleigh, North Carolina. He's a senior, 6'3", big bad dog. People were already comparing him to Cam Newton. Byron Brown missed significant time last season due to injury. His return after 3 quarters, 63% completion. Wow, Copernicus, 63% completion percentage, 218 total yards, 2 rushing touchdowns, and absolutely put belt to Boise State. Now, let's take a look at some context. Again, he is a senior, right? Last year, he was, he was supposed to be the guy after playing 13 games in 2023 with 809 yards and 11 touchdowns. Also in 2023, those are his rushing statistics, my fault. And then threw for 3,292 yards. That's not bad. 26 touchdowns. That's not bad. 65% completion percentage, 11.9 yards, average 253 passing yards a game. Not a bad day at the office. And obviously he threw for 210 yards in 2025 so far. He's only rushed for 43 yards so far, but already has 2 rushing touchdowns. So I think that's somebody that you got to continue to really put on the list and on the radar, just so you have a little background on them, right? 2024 Maxwell Awards watch list. Now that is best player. You know, it's kind of synonymous with, not synonymous with the Heisman, but goes alongside with the Heisman. So, you know, Walter Camp Award, Davey O'Brien, Johnny Unitas Golden Arm Award. All of these were the finalists. Manning Award watch list. Either finalists or awards there. He owns 12 USF program records entering into 2024. He tied, and if y'all know who Quentin Flowers is, you better go on your YouTubes and look up the hot Quentin Flowers highlights. Him and what's it called? The running back, Mac is his name. I forgot the name, but hey, dogs, right? Tied Quentin Flowers for most national award watchlist appearances in program history at 5. So the kid's gonna be a-okay. Name to watch, Byron Brown. He's gonna be a small name or small school that's named quarterback that's gonna keep rising up. Now, a big name in a big school. Mr. Arch Manning, we know Archibald did not have a great day. We've shit on him for like 3 videos. But I do want to stress, like I did in the last video, that hey, Arch Manning, I think he's going to be okay, right? He got put in a blender against an NFL level defensive coordinator with an NFL level defense. Ohio State is reloading, and then again, like I said, even if Arch Manning isn't great, and I'll sit here and I'll tell you, hey, he's not great. The good thing about our team is that I think we have enough, as a Texas Longhorn fan, I think we have enough that, hey, just as long as Arch doesn't mess it up. We need to put Arch in Julian Sand mode, even though Julian Sand, I think, did a great job when, you know, tasked to throw down the field, stretch the field, and really keep his team in good spaces. With Arch Manning, I mean, he's throwing terrible picks. He's overthrown. He has bad mechanics. It looked like not just a defensive coordinator that was giving him problems. It looked like jitters. And then it also looked like that just wasn't him. Like, you can go back and look at the film. Like, he typically doesn't throw like that. He typically doesn't throw balls in the dirt. So I would hope after our little cupcake schedule we had before going against Oklahoma and Florida, that we get something, you know what I'm saying, get cooking and going. But clearly, this mock here, I think y'all were a little too quick on the gun there. But that's that's going on. We're not going to shut them anymore. Now, somebody who needs some praise is Mr. Garrett Nussmeier. Now, he was awarded the very prestigious number 18 jersey. LSU is very big on jerseys. I think most of y'all are familiar with the number 7 jersey. Basically goes to the guy as well as like a leader. 18 is like leaders above leaders if you get handed that number. They haven't handed that number out since like 2003, I think. So big deal for Garrett Nussmeier to get that number, and he comes out and does what he needs to do. 28 for 38, 230 yards, 6-point yard average, a tutter, and 82.7 QBR. Again, you know what I'm saying, the stats don't pop out, but you played a really good defense, a really well-coached defense, and then you had some ridiculous throws like this, right? When you have throws like this is why teams love him so much. Now, I'm not the biggest Garrett Nussmeier guy. I think he's a gunslinger. Like he's a real deal gunslinger. He's going to put himself in some situations and put the ball in harm's way for some time. But man, when you can throw a ball like this, look at where this ball is released, by the way. This is important. He's leaving. He go ahead and slings that thing out there. And shout out to the wide receiver also for not getting squeezed, right? The cornerback's trying to squeeze him to the sideline. He stays strong. He gives him enough space that when Garrett Nussmeier puts it right there, he has a space to protect the ball, stay in bound, go ahead and score a touchdown. Absolute great ball from him. He continues to deliver dimes. I think this might be that same ball, or it might be a different one, but you're going to see him work from the end zone view here. LSU quarterback Nussmeier put so many good little things on tape last night. This third and one that drew DPI is a great example. Works through progression, feels a slide. Whoa. Not too much now. Feels a slide and pressure off right tackle quickly, reset in a muddy pocket, alter his motion to pull ball hands in his infield wide receiver. So, you know what I'm saying? He gets the ball out, although it wasn't a catch. They're calling him good because he made something get a PI. So maybe we're doing a little glazing. I don't know. I'm not sure how you can praise somebody for PI, but shout him out again for this ball right here.
I guess the ball
Woo! That's dropping in a bucket, son. I mean, put a bucket out there and drop it into it. Now, somebody who deserves a little bit of put in the toilet, Mr. Kade Clubnik. Now, I sound like a hawk. I came to y'all with Arch Manning stats, and I said I hadn't seen QBR like that since Nathan Peterman. I was being hyperbolic. This is real life Nathan Peterman QBR. 19 for 38. Somehow, which is crazy. This is so crazy. They threw the same amount of passes, right? Kade Clubnik only threw what, 10 less? Or sorry, Kade Clubnik threw the same amount of this is crazy. Same average, but Kade threw the one touchdown. Garrett threw the one touchdown. Kade threw the one interception. Obviously, these guys were going against each other, so it makes sense to put them next to each other. This is another guy who, a lot of people, and including me, I liked Kade Clubnik. I like Kade Clubnik sometimes in that game, but clearly 19 for 38. They don't have a running game. They're putting it all on Kade Clubnik, and apparently it was Kade Clubnik wasn't enough. And a 31.4 QBR is probably not going to do a lot to win games in the ACC, but we'll see, right? We shall see. But I think the biggest thing here is, again, Clemson needs to answer in the run game. And I don't think Dabo Swinney can just sit there and say, hey, let's put the ball on Tu's hands, because it sounds like another Tu from Colorado that we might have thought of that was forced to put the game on his arm at all times. And you get these sometimes open stats, and Kade Clubnik, that's not going to do nothing for you. You know what I'm saying? So you would hope that, as a great offensive coordinator can help him and aid and get him running and or his run game populated in a different way to give him some support. But right now, it's not looking great. The media wants to torch Arch, yet I've heard zero about Kade Clubnik, one of the Heisman frontrunners, playing like this as a senior at home. And I do want to talk about this because as much, y'all know me, I'm big on calling the media out. So as much as I call the media out for, overpraising Arch Manning, I'm going to call y'all out for immediately shitting on Arch Manning. Because y'all probably watch it, oh my God, the hype, this, the that, oh my God. Or if they make excuses, I'm going to call them out too. Because what they should say is Arch Manning played bad, had terrible fundamentals. He looked awful. He looked bad, and then in the fourth quarter, started to look kind of like a decent SEC quarterback, right? So we can be honest about him playing a great team, maybe having jitters, maybe having all the hype that the media, y'all put on him, right? But it's interesting that when that happens, oh my God, the hype that the media created about a player that he didn't ask for, then y'all crucify him about it. But Kade Clubnik, another player y'all have given hype to, he was at the type of Heisman and all this other stuff, has a 31 QBR. And I get it, LSU defense was good. I get that. I'm willing to afford him the same thing, but this is at home as a senior. You just played the Texas defense. Look great. You look good against us. So I do think that if we're going to come in here and talk about Heisman favorites in the bed, wait in the bed, I better see Kade Clubnik on that list. Continuing forward. Last one. This one isn't really of much, He threw one touchdown, 22 for 216. He looked like a dude that can throw balls. People were comparing him already, of course, to Aaron Rodgers. All he had to do, of course, is throw a touchdown against Nevada. Look, I think Drew Aller is going to be maybe not a Daniel Jones, but I think he's going to be another what's a quarterback throws a nice ball, big and bad, but can't get it going. I think he's going to be like a diet Josh Allen because he can't really run as fast. I think his arm is going to be lacking something, but we'll see. I'm gonna give him some time. If he completes and turns into someone who's a demon, I'll see it. Right now, the ball is beautiful. The build's big. He's a big-bodied dude. So I'm sure plenty of NFL teams want to get him, including the Browns. So y'all let me know how we feeling right now, how the ranking should be. Again, I got my man LaNorris Sellers up top. He did the most highlighty stuff. He's the prototypical run around big body type guy. Look out for Byron Brown. Mid Manning's probably going to stay at 5 for a while, especially playing cupcakes. I ain't going to give you a lot of credit, even though I'm a Manning guy, but we shall see. But y'all let me know how y'all feel about them in the comments. Which one of these quarterbacks will be replacing Shedeur? Do they have enough juice to even replace Shedeur? Are they going to keep Shedeur on the roster with one of these guys? If the Browns do pick one of these guys up, who is the next Browns quarterback? You let me know down below.